Coming to fundamentals of electric circuits, the first chapter is electric and magnetic circuits we discussed previously, and the second unit we go for network topology. The network topology, graphical representation of network, how it works, how to convert a network into a graph. After that, how to calculate various currents. That is network topology we studied previously. And network theorems. The unit 4 we already discussed. We studied. The unit 4 is network theorems. So many theorems. After that, we go for it is a unit 3 according to FEC syllabus. It is unit 3. But according to our syllabus, according to our follow-up, the unit 4 it is. Okay, it is unit 3 or according to our what we followed, that is unit 4 it is. Okay. The single phase AC circuits, in the sense why it is a single phase, because as the name says it has a single phase only. Single phase only we have, single phase means phase and neutral. Single phase is applied to AC circuit. What are the parameters we will obtain? How single phase AC works, that will be explained in single phase AC circuits. A single phase AC circuit, what is simple, what is fundamentals of AC? First we have to know fundamentals of AC. Now it is fundamentals of alternating current, is nothing but fundamentals of AC. What is meant by alternating current? Alternating current it is a alternating in nature, that is when with respect to time the quantity is varying with respect to time. The magnitude of quantity is varying with respect to time, that is called alternating quantity. The alternating quantity, if it obeys, it is called sinusoidal quantity. It obeys the sine rule, hence it is called sinusoidal AC voltage. In our home, we are using sinusoidal AC voltage only. Okay, sinusoidal AC voltage we are applying. We are using now in a room, in this classroom also we have AC supply, single phase AC. Single phase AC is connected to a resistor, inductor, capacitor. How it obeys? What are the laws? What are the formulas? Those will come under single phase AC circuit. In this chapter, we will study what is RMS value, what is peak value, what is average value, what is form factor, what is pitch factor, what is alternating quantity, then what is meant by instantaneous value of an alternating quantity. After that, what is impedance triangle? Impedance triangle. If alternating quantity is applied to a load, what is the phase angle? Suppose voltage and current, if it is applied to inductive load, the phase angle, how it will be, phase difference. Phase difference, how it occurs in single phase AC circuits. All this comes under AC circuits, single phase AC circuits in our syllabus. And impedance triangle, what is impedance triangle? Some of the topics already we covered in first unit related to this chapter. Some of the topics which are in third unit or fourth unit according to our syllabus, it is in first chapter also we studied what is the difference between AC and DC. Differences between or comparison between AC versus DC. In that also we explained any quantity is varying with respect to time. The quantity is varying with respect to time. Time is taken on x-axis and y-axis we consider voltage or current. If you consider any current is varying with respect to time, that current is called alternating current, alternating quantity. The time period, what is meant by time period? Suppose the quantity is varying with respect to time like this. What is the time period of this signal? This is the sinusoidal signal. It obeys sine rule. We can write V equal to V max sine omega t for this equation. Okay. The sinusoidal voltage equation and current equation is given by I equal to I max sine omega t. Sine omega t, sine omega t. We can write a sinusoidal signal in the form of sines. In the form of sines we can write, that is voltage and current of an alternating quantity. Any alternating quantity can be represented as sine wave. It is called sinusoidal signal. What is meant by one complete cycle? If the cycle, it is positive cycle, it is negative cycle, again positive cycle will come, again negative cycle will come. Is it right? It is continuously varying with respect to time. That signal is called alternating signal. Suppose if you give AC signal to a light, when positive cycle came, it blow. When negative cycle came, it will off. Again positive cycle will come, again negative cycle will come. But when you see the light, what will happen? It is continuously glowing. Is it right? When you switch on your light or lamp, lighting is continuously coming until the power is off. But actual thing is, a light, when you switch on a light, it won't give continuous lighting. Is it right? Continuously the light is not going. When positive cycle came, it gives more light. When it zero, it is time period, we can write it is pi. Pi means 180 degrees. Any half cycle can consist of 180 degrees, right? A zero consists of how many degrees? 360 degrees. When you start from here, again it will reach 360 degrees. Similarly, half cycle consists of 180 degrees. One full cycle consists of 360 degrees. One full cycle consists of 360 degrees. We can write 2 pi it is 360. Sinusoidal signal representation we are discussing. We are following a sinusoidal signal. That sinusoidal signal with respect to time, at time period t equal to 0, the voltage is 0. At time period t, we consider time period Tm x-axis. Magnitude of voltage or amplitude of voltage is considered on y-axis. And with respect to time, at t equal to 0, voltage is 0. At t equal to 1, at t1 instant, suppose at this position it is a 90 degrees. It is pi means 180 degrees. Result of maximum voltage will get. It is pi by 2. Peak or amplitude. Peak amplitude will get at pi by 2. Again, negative peak amplitude will get at 270 degrees. 270 degrees negative amplitude will get. Any voltage, it is a plus 5 volts or plus 10 volts, it is minus 10 volts, minus 5 volts. Like that we can represent any AC signal. Okay. Now what are the relations, what are the definitions belongs to AC signal? AC signal, fundamentals of AC quantity. What are the definitions? First we have to know. That is, what is by alternating quantity? That is the AC quantity. Any quantity which is varying with respect to time is called alternating quantity. It obeys if it obeys sine rule, then it is V max sin omega t we can write. With respect to omega t is nothing but omega is 2 pi f. Omega is 2 pi f. We can write omega is angular. What is this? Angular frequency omega. Omega we can write 2 pi f. What is the formula for omega? 2 pi f. We can write like this. Now at this instant, t1 instant, what is the instant? At t1 time period, what is the voltage signal? That is small letters we are indicating V1. Instantaneous value, this value is called. With respect to time, if you take any instant of time, what is the voltage? That voltage is called instantaneous voltage. Next is instantaneous voltage. Instantaneous voltage. The instantaneous voltage is nothing but what is the voltage at time period t1. Suppose the time period total is 5 milliseconds. It is 2.5 milliseconds. At this instant of time, what is the magnitude of the unknown signal or quantity of signal? That is called instantaneous value. The instantaneous value is always indicated by small letters V1, V2. At this instant, what is the voltage is 4 volts. At this instant 2 volts. That is V1 equal to 2 volts, V2 equal to 5 or 4 volts, like that. Instantaneous values always representing with small letters. What is by instantaneous value? With respect to some time, at what instant, the instantaneous value is defined as the value of signal or the value of voltage at a instant, at a particular instant. That value is called instantaneous voltage or instantaneous value it is. Instantaneous value of voltage signal. This is the instantaneous. A signal complete cycle consists of so many instantaneous values. Okay. At this instant, what is the voltage? At this instant, what is the voltage? These are the instantaneous values. One thing we have to remember, the instantaneous values are representing with a small letters. V1, V1, V2, like that. Always maximum values will be represented with capital letters. Maximum value, it is the peak value. It is the peak value of alternating quantity. We are writing again. What are the various terms and definitions related to fundamentals of AC discussing now? We are studying that. When alternating quantity is given to a light, it continuously goes, but our eye can't observe. If you give AC voltage to one light, that light continuously on off will happen. But our eye can't predict it is off, it is on within a fraction of seconds. When the alternating quantity is applied, it is the voltage, it is the time period T. Instantaneous value means at this instant what is the voltage? It is 0 time period, or it is also we can take omega t, it is also T or omega t you can consider, and maximum it is the voltage V. Voltage V is taken on y axis. If you draw a signal, it is a sinusoidal signal or AC signal simply. These are the instantaneous values. Okay. At this instant, it is the maximum value. What is meant by maximum value? It is the value of signal at which maximum amplitude will appear. At this time period T3 or T max, it is maximum time period, or at T3, T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, like that. These are so many instantaneous values. But at this instant, a maximum value will appear across the signal. That is called maximum value. The maximum value also called as, one name is there to it, that is peak value. Peak value it is also called. Peak value is nothing but the maximum value of voltage. It is called peak value. Peak value is indicated by I max or V max, like that we can represent. Any voltage can be written as V equal to P max sin omega t. Like that we can represent any signal. Suppose if it is a current I equal to I max sin omega t. These are the voltage and current equations of a sinusoidal signal. Phase is 0. When single phase it is, phase is 0 we have to consider. Next, peak value it is also called. What is cycle? Complete cycle. Next is time period or cycle. What is one cycle? What is meant by cycle? Positive cycle and negative cycle combinedly called as one complete cycle or cycle. A single cycle means one positive side and negative side of AC voltage considered as a cycle. This is called one cycle. One cycle. It is called one cycle. One cycle means positive and negative. Both will be considered. For one cycle, what is the time taken? That is called time period of the signal, T. T is called time period. Time period of alternating quantity, how can you predict? Suppose one signal is like this. It is moving constant time with respect to time. Then how to measure the frequency of the signal? How to measure the time period of the signal? We have to consider one complete cycle. What is the time taken to complete one cycle is called time period. The complete time taken to complete one cycle, it is the starting of the cycle and ends with 0 again. For every half cycle we are getting 0. Okay. The DC voltage give more shock or AC voltage will give more shock for the persons. DC voltage will give more shock. Why? Because this property of AC. Whenever AC reaches to 0 voltage again it will reach. It is a 0 voltage. It is a peak voltage. It is a 0 voltage. Again negative peak voltage. Negative peak voltage it is positive mala 0. Every half cycle the voltage becomes 0. That's why AC gives less shock, because there is an option for AC when it reaches to 0. At that position you can remove your hand very fastly. But DC directly will go. That's why DC give more severe danger shock to the persons, humans. AC will give less compared to that DC. DC high voltage 220 volts DC, 220 volts AC. DC and AC both. DC will give more shock to the persons because it constant voltage. There is no option for 0. DC means directly it will go. 220 volts DC means 220 volts. It is 0 time period, and that time period 0, it is at 220. Time period 0 also it is 220. Here time period 0, 0 voltage, at this position 5 time period, it is 0, again 0. At 2 pi again 0 it is. For every half cycle it becomes 0, that's why it is called, it gives less shock. There is an option to remove the hand when AC. Suppose if you go for electricians, if there is no tester, suppose the tester is working or not, we don't know. A tester we purchase, suppose the tester is damaged. One plug is there, one wire is there. If you touch the tester, it will glow whenever power is there. Suppose the tester is gone. Oh, light is not up. Light వెలగలేదు ముట్టుకునేసినాను షాప్ ఛాన్స్ టెస్టర్ కూడా పాడైపోవచ్చు కదా, మనం టెస్ట్ చేసే టెస్టర్ కూడా పాడైపోవచ్చు ఒక్కోసారి. ఆ టెస్టర్ పని చేయకపోయినా లైట్ వెలగదు, లైట్ వెలగకంటే పవర్ లేదని ముట్టుకుంటే ఇట్ గివ్స్ మోర్ షాక్. బట్ ఆ షాక్ టెస్టర్ పోయినా కూడా మనం తీసేయచ్చు. అందుకే పవర్ ఉందా లేదని జస్ట్ అలా టచ్ చేస్తుంది కొంతమంది. పవర్ ఉందా లేదని మన ఇంటెన్షనల్గా అలా టచ్ చేయాలి. జస్ట్ కొద్దిగా ఏదైనా షాక్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ వస్తే పవర్ ఉందని ఉంటుంది, అక్కడైతే టెస్ట్ చేసి ఏం కాదు. అలా అంటే చెయ్యి. 220 volts ఏసీ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి మనం అలా అన్నామనుకోండి జస్ట్ తీసేయచ్చు. వేరే వాళ్ళు వచ్చి మనం చేయి తినక్కర్లే. మన ఇంటెన్షన్ కాకుండా టెస్ట్ పని చేయలేదులేనే ఇలా పెట్టి టెస్ట్ ఇలా పెట్టాం లేదు పని చేయలేదు, టెస్ట్ కరెంట్ లేదు పవర్ లేదని అలా పట్టుకున్నామంటే బాగా ఇలా పట్టేస్తాం. మామూలు వైర్లు అలాగే తిప్పేది పట్టేస్తుంది. అందుకే కొంతమంది టెస్ట్ పని చేస్తుందా లేదా, పవర్ ఉందా లేదా అని చూడడానికి ముట్టుకోవడానికి ముందే అలా టెస్ట్ చేస్తారు. వాళ్ళకి తెలిసిపోదు పవర్ ఉంటే ఖచ్చితంగా చూసుమాట షాక్ లైట్, అప్పుడు ఆపేస్తారు. That will happen because of 0 volts. There is option to remove the hand for AC. For DC there is no option. If you touch 220 volts DC, there is no option. Intentionally if you touch, maybe chance your hand may damage. DC volt 220 volts ఉంది ఇక్కడ. ఇంటెన్షనల్ గా అలా అంటే జస్ట్ షాక్ ఖచ్చితంగా సివియర్ షాక్ వస్తుంది AC తో కంపేర్ చేస్తే. That is the difference. But we are discussing the fundamentals of AC. Okay, a complete cycle means one positive cycle and negative cycle. Complete cycle it is called. One cycle of AC means positive cycle, negative cycle. The time taken to reach one complete cycle is called time period. Time period T. It is denoted by the letter time period T. This is the time period of this cycle. This is the constant everywhere. If you consider this is also one negative cycle and one positive cycle also you can consider. It is also time period T. One negative cycle or positive cycle. The time taken to complete one cycle means positive or negative. Any one we can consider. If you left this, if you consider from here to here, same time period will get it. That is the time period. What is meant by frequency? Frequency. AC quantity of frequency. In the first unit we know frequency is nothing but it is the reciprocal of time period. Actually, formula is frequency F equal to 1 by T. Reciprocal of time period gives frequency. But what is the definition of frequency? What is the definition? I told in the first unit what is the definition of frequency. Number of cycles per second is called frequency. Frequency is number of cycles per second. Number of cycles per second, it is called frequency. The frequency can be calculated by F equal to 1 by T. Is it? It is the formula to calculate frequency. F equal to 1 by time period. If you know frequency, you can calculate time period T. Time period T equal to 1 by F. If you know time period, in a CRO if you observe the signal, what is the time period of the signal you can measure by using CRO. The time period 1 by F, 1 by T gives frequency. Similarly, if you know frequency T equal to 1 by F, T equal to 1 by frequency, that is reciprocal of frequency is called time period. Okay, this is the formula relation between time period and frequency. Okay. One cycle consists of constant time period, every cycle of sinusoidal signal. Okay. Next is fourth one, peak value. What is the maximum value of any signal is called peak value. It is the instantaneous value. At this instant, what is the maximum value? That is called peak value of that signal. Peak value only we will consider to write the equations of voltage and current. Peak value only we are considering. మన ఈ జీరో వచ్చినప్పుడు లైట్ ఆఫ్ అవుతుంది నార్మల్లీ లైట్ ఆఫ్ అవుతుంది జీరో వోల్ట్ వచ్చినప్పుడు మళ్ళీ జీరో వచ్చినప్పుడు మళ్ళీ ఆఫ్ అవుతాం కంటిన్యూగా ఆఫ్ ఆన్ అవుతుంది ల్యాంప్ కంటిన్యూస్లీ ఆఫ్ ఆన్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది మన కన్ను అబ్జర్వ్ చేయాలి అదే జరుగుతుంది ఏసీలో కంటిన్యూస్లీ ఆన్ ఆఫ్ జరుగుతుంది కాబట్టి లైట్ ఆన్ ఆఫ్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది కానీ కంటిన్యూస్గా లైటింగ్ వచ్చినట్టే ఉంటుంది ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ విల్ బి మోర్ 50 Hz we are using in India. Frequency. What is the unit for frequency is 50 Hz. 50 Hz frequency. If you go for some abroad countries, that is 60 Hz. They are following 60 Hz. They are generating the power at 60 Hz frequency level. The frequency means what? F equal to 1 by time period. F equal to 50 Hz is the constant for India. If you purchase a mobile in America, if you purchase a mobile in Saudi, that is 60 Hz or 50 Hz. Any mobile, any charger can be worked for both 50 Hz or 60 Hz. Nowadays, internationally they are designing because some countries are following 50 Hz, some countries are following 60 Hz. The equipment which we designed here, it has to work in America also. Is it right? The equipment which we designed, the mobile which we manufactured in India, that has to work in America also. Because they are having 60 Hz. That's why every charger, every mobile, they mention that 50 by 60 Hz on the charger or any electrical equipment. If you purchase a TV here and go to America, it works because 60 Hz also suitable. Okay. That is the frequency. Frequency unit is Hz. Next is average value. RMS value and average value, form factor, peak factor. Okay, those we'll discuss.